I got something I gotta tell you. So get ready for another breakthrough. So let me show you what I mean.
Good morning. We are currently on our way to one of the kids' favorite stops, Devil's Tower. So we're on our way to Devil's Tower, and we drove here from Yellowstone yesterday, and we went through the craziest storm. Like, I had to go right over the Shoshone National Forest, which goes right over a mountain range, which was, by the way, that national forest is absolutely beautiful. And then overnight we drove through Bighorn National Forest, which we knew was beautiful, but weren't able to fit it into this trip. So anyway, we might make that stop in the future, those two places. But anyway, we kind of miscalculated last night's drive and had to drive way farther than planned. So I did the first half and Brian did the second, and we made it. So we're only about an hour now, maybe, from something like that, from Devil's Tower, or we're planning to spend the day today. But yeah, made it here safely. There were some moments last night where I wasn't sure the rain was coming down so hard, and there were mudslide warnings. It was a little nerve-wracking, but we made it just fine, and now we're on our way to one of the kids' favorite places, so looking forward to it.
Over away is Devil's Tower.
Right there. About 10 minutes.
Cause what I got is the new thing. Yeah. Listen up, I'm gonna say it all right now. Cause I just gotta let you know it's better than ever. Have you heard the word? It's better than ever. Tell the world, spread the word. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's true what you heard. It's better than ever. Cause you ain't ever seen what you about to see. Better than ever, better than ever. Yeah. Better than ever, better than ever. Yeah. It's more than anything I've dreamed of. I'm floating high on this love. So let me show you how it's done. If you wanna walk upon this golden sun, this is the real thing. Can't stop
it's a video.
Cause I just gotta let you know it's better than
And it's somebody calls
it's better than ever.
A lot of cats.
Tell the world, spread the word.
It's all here.
Janie and I are doing the loop trail, and
Back to the car.
yeah, we just spotted someone climbing it, which I was going to this summer. It just didn't end up working out. So
Mama, can we go
she and I are gonna do it someday, right, Janie? You're gonna climb Devil's Tower with me someday? Yeah. So scattered along the trail, you notice, and I got a little bit of B-roll of it, ties and handkerchiefs sometimes hanging from the trees, and those are prayer cloths, because this is a sacred site to a lot of people, sacred to me. I think they're beautiful.
Cause you ain't ever seen what you about to see. Better than ever, better than ever. Yeah. Better than ever, better than ever. Yeah. Better than ever, better than ever.
We do have multiple places you guys could both throw rocks.
So I'm probably going to butcher this, but there is a Native American legend about Devil's Tower, kind of the theory on how it was created, and that was that there were some men running from a giant bear, and by giant I mean it could reach its arms up and touch the top of the tower, kind of tall. Yeah, I'm right by the tower. And they crawled to the top of a very tall mountain to get away from the bear, and the bear couldn't get up, but would just reach up and scratch down the sides of the hill, all the way around the edges of the hill, which form those vertical lines, the claw marks do. And I'm gonna butcher it. I wish I was looking for a sign about it, but I couldn't find one about the truth of the legend. And I don't have any service. But it's something. There's some legend about it that is like that for what the original way. But it's truly just this magma from an old volcano.
Yeah.
we just left Devil's Tower, and below it, if you're familiar with it, there is Prairie Dog Town, which is this field full of these mounds with tons of prairie dogs living in them. Yep, a prairie dog home.
But I can't.
So we're gonna go on a little trail through that.
Hello?
Anybody there?
Hello?
Have you heard the words better than ever? Tell the world, spread the word.
On a puffball, which is actually an edible mushroom. I've never actually dared to make it, but as a kid I ate them all the time. Oh, you don't cover it up, and you step on them, they blow up. It's not like a powder smoke. Well, we've been in cold weather for most of this trip, the last month even, because we were in the Colorado Rockies and it was cold, really too cold in the morning sometimes. Yosemite, especially up in the Tuolumne Meadows, was quite cold, especially at night. And then up in the Wind River Range, it was cold as well. And now we're down here and it is hot and we're just not used to it. It's because we've been in the cold for so long. So we found some nice shady picnic spots. There's literally no one else here. So we're just gonna chill out here until we're ready to leave for our next destination. So we had a nice picnic, and that, I love you too, sweetie. And that concludes our visit. And that concludes our visit to Devil's Tower. Oh my God, she won't stop talking.
She's looking for buffalo packs.
Yeah, she's looking for buffalo, naturally. We have a couple more days on the trip. We're typically pretty tired by the end. We're typically pretty tired.
Go back.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. Apparently that movie's not very engaging for Jane. So we have about 2 days left on the trip. Really, technically a day and a half. And then we do like the party in the car, and we do the party in the car day, blast east. So we're all real tired. I don't know, this always happens. Brian was reminding me this always happens at the last little bit of the trip. And we relent to the kids watching a little bit more because we tend to have to drive while they're awake a lot more. So we're just gonna have a nice chill ride. Wyoming's beautiful. Headed to South Dakota tonight, which is also very beautiful. But Devil's Tower, as always, was a wonderful